it's Jack and Andrew from Cultaholic. He's back. You've had a week off. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling refreshed.
How was your stream yesterday?
Oh, many bandicoots crashed and mangoes picked up.
That's the name of the game. He's been playing Mango Picker, and now we've got some wrestling news. First of all, Bray Wyatt and CM Punk Chants dominate Monday Night Raw. Also, we have the reason behind Ric Flair's release from WWE revealed, and a former champion in WWE has been cleared for his in-ring return. More on that in just a bit. So yes, first of all, last night's Raw was in a little town called Chicago, Illinois. Bit of a hotbed for wrestling, and certain figures there are certainly very popular indeed. PW Insider are reporting that there were a lot of CM Punk chants all night long, as well as a few chants for Bray Wyatt as well, especially during that Bill Goldberg promo. Now, did you expect this to happen?
Yes.
Yes.
In Chicago, without a doubt. And the Bray Wyatt stuff, I mean, it's still very fresh, isn't it? So, yeah.
Still very shocking release. And in fact, as a little aside here, PW Insider also reporting that WWE were actually still selling Bray Wyatt merch at the taping. Which, I mean, come on now, lads. Come on now. But yeah, a lot of chants. They were even chanting for CM Punk before Raw went on the air, apparently. They continued to do so during numerous matches and promos. Now, I haven't seen all of Raw yet, but apparently Damian Priest almost broke character, again, PW Insider is saying, upon hearing these chants during the Miz TV segment he was a part of. Now, I haven't seen that. I've only seen a bit where Miz goes to squirt him with the dripstick and puts his hand over the top of it like a dad.
Whoa.
Foiling a naughty boy.
Not today.
Yeah, no water fights now, Michael. So that's quite interesting indeed, because it seemed like sometimes they were voicing their discontent during maybe segments or matches they didn't really like. I certainly heard a few CM Punk chants during the Doudrop match with Tamina. Now, that's not the fault of them. It's more the fault of the booking behind it, I'd suspect. Yeah. So is it a protest or is it just Chicago pride?
I think it's Chicago pride, maybe a little bit of a protest as well, obviously with everything that's been happening at the moment, but I think when we're in Chicago, when we're at a wrestling show, there's bound to be CM Punk chants no matter what. Yeah,
and obviously in previous years, this would have been really annoying. People would have often said, oh, let it go, but now that he's actually coming back, I think we can look at this from a slightly different point of view. And also maybe it's just one of the things that has come back to wrestling since fans have come back. I was actually quite refreshed by it, to be honest. I wasn't as annoyed by these disruptive chants as maybe I would have been in the past. One, because they're relevant, because Punk's coming back, and because Wyatt's just been released shockingly. But also because, well, I've just kind of missed all aspects of fans being there in wrestling. Yeah. Pretty cool. And what else was I going to say? Oh, there was another point as well that I was going to bloody make.
Come on. Conjure the point.
I know. I'm trying to think. It might have gone. It might have just been. I love CM Punk. He's bloody coming back. Oh. Yeah.
The boys.
All I ever want.
Yeah. That one.
Speaking of the Bray Wyatt release as well, we're not Sam and Pacini.
Nope.
We can't do music during the news. We're contractually told not to. Andrew Zarian of the Mat Men podcast, he's been cropping up a lot recently, breaking all kinds of news, and he's said that apparently WWE's network partners are upset with Bray Wyatt's release. Now, not the WWE Network, which I first read it as, but it's been clarified by my colleagues here at the office. It means WWE's network partners are potentially worried about this release. So Fox and the USA Network, I assume that means. Basically, Andrew Zarian's saying that one network source said Bray's release is really disappointing and a little bit scary that the top stars are being let go. Presumably this may be following on from Braun Strowman's release as well.
Yeah, definitely. Daniel Bryan as well and things like that. And,
yes, of course.
It is a scary time, I guess, for WWE at the moment with all the buzz around AEW, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan. Where could these people go? Who knows? Like, AEW seems to be obviously the place that everybody talks about stars being let go from WWE. That's where they're like, they're bound to go there. And that must be scary for the network because, again, just a Bray Wyatt and the Fiend, a huge merch machine, like always got eyes on the product whenever he was on the show and stuff.
Yeah, so, very unique indeed.
Yeah, definitely. So it's going to be a scary time, I think, for WWE, and I think they're really going to have to pull everything out of the bag to try and get themselves back up there again.
It's interesting that the networks have taken this point of view because for a while now, and now especially with these big releases, it's very much become apparent that WWE is the biggest star in WWE. The brand is the big star, and they've got such an advantage over every other promotion in terms of scale and size that basically they could release pretty much anyone and keep going at a similar level. But it's interesting that the networks are viewing this in more of an old school way and saying, well, hang on, no, these are your top stars. Why are you letting these guys go? Which is very interesting. And I think makes it a little bit more interesting as like a neutral who just wants to see competition in the wrestling industry again, I suppose. But I'm sure that people will have differing opinions online because the discourse is incredibly toxic all of the time. But yeah, the network partners being upset. I think we'll have to see where it goes. Do you think WWE will heed their warnings?
Maybe. I mean, they've gone back on the word before and sort of brought back stars that they've released, and perhaps they will. I mean, I assume we've heard that the numbers and stuff don't really bother them and everything, but whilst they might not bother WWE themselves, I assume they're going to bother the networks that they are on. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see if WWE sort of take this into account.
I mean, this follows on from the story late last week that the networks were apparently concerned about names like CM Punk and Daniel Bryan cropping up, not just because Bryan had recently been let go, but because they are names that they recognise, and they're not just names that only wrestling fans will know. They're especially CM Punk, but you could argue Bryan as well to an extent from his stints on reality TV and stuff. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see where that goes. Another recent release, of course, was the Nature Boy himself, Ric Flair, who requested his release and was granted it. Now, Fightful and Wrestling Inc. both reported this at the same time and have been giving updates as well on the situation. Apparently, WWE sources, have indicated that Flair was frustrated with certain booking decisions on the show, specifically regarding himself, the Lacey Evans storyline, essentially.
Yeah, I mean,
I can understand why, totally.
Me too. It's just awkward, isn't it? With your daughter in there as well, just ew.
I mean, this has reinforced to me that Flair's one of the greatest of all time because, from my point of view, he was having a whale of a time during these segments. It was really disturbing to watch because he was so much older than Lacey Evans. But apparently, no, he was really unhappy with it, which... Fair, but I'm pleasantly surprised with Rick.
Me too.
Yeah.
What a nice man. What a nice man.
No seediness in Flair whatsoever. Apparently he contacted Vince directly to voice his issues and to therefore ask for his release. And apparently in the past, yes, he has been a bit outspoken about his disdain of the Lacey Evans storyline earlier this year. So, I mean... Crazy time.
I mean, good for him. If he's unhappy, and I mean, obviously he's got such a history with WWE. I think him being comfortable enough to go over to Vince and be like, I think I just want out of this, please. I think that's fair enough for him. And he's an old man, bless him. I don't think sort of the CD. Old man with young lady storyline does anybody any favours. No, even if Ric Flair's sort of history of just his character and stuff. And it just doesn't. I don't think it hit right with anybody, did it?
No, it's possible as well that he also didn't like it because he's going to really care about Charlotte and what she's doing, and maybe he didn't see it as something that, as you mentioned, that would help anybody involved, especially her. So she was looking like a fool in that storyline. Obviously, that storyline got nixed halfway through because Lacey Evans became pregnant. So, despite the storyline being about her possibly being pregnant, she then actually became pregnant. So, I mean, fair play. Like, happy news for her, certainly.
Yeah, definitely.
But at the same time, probably also happy news for Charlotte Flair.
Yes.
Getting out of that feud.
Yes.
And somebody else as well. All of this is about releases, but this was someone who was released a little bit longer ago. Leo Rush. He took to Twitter and said, every single day for the past 3 months, I've been in rehab, working harder than I ever have before. Happy to announce that today, I've been cleared. Now, Andrew, I'm a little bit confused about this story.
Yeah?
Because he's announcing here that he's been cleared to return to the ring.
Yes.
He does have contractual agreements existing with New Japan.
Yes.
And is advertised for shows including Resurgence on August 14th and Fighting Spirit Unleashed on August 16th. But he announced his retirement as well.
He did.
Now, I can see two possible things that are going on here. One, he announced his retirement thinking that he was going to have to retire because of injuries, but now he's been cleared, so the retirement's off. Or he's announced his retirement, but he's just happy that he can fulfill these contractual obligations, and then the retirement's still going to go ahead. I'm not certain which one
I'm not sure either. I assume the latter, just because he said he was going to fulfill his contractual agreements with New Japan and stuff, and I think that's what it is. He's just cleared and he's going to do these dates, and then perhaps that's it. But in the past, we've seen Leo Rush say, I've retired, and then Leo Rush comes back. Yeah, exactly. That's what wrestlers do.
They always retire and then unretire.
That's what wrestlers do.
It's just that Leo Rush did it at a young age.
Yeah, a very young age,
So it's hard to tell. Personally, just from a selfish look how good he is in ring point of view, I would like to see him continue to wrestle.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't want to do that, if he wants to concentrate on, being a family man, he's obviously got kids. I think multiple kids. He's certainly got at least one child.
Yeah.
Then that's totally on him, and that's fair. If
Exactly.
He wants to do that. So I don't really know.
I mean, we'll see.
We will see indeed. Let me know any of you guys' thoughts and opinions on any of these stories in that comment section down below. Andrew, have you got anything special to mention? I know your stream was yesterday.
My stream was yesterday, that's it. I think I've got something exciting I'm recording with Tom tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if I can say it yet.
That's fine.
But we'll see, yeah. Good, cool things. Cool things.
That does sound cool, and it sounds like it'll just be burgeoning with positivity with you and Tom. You and Tom in combination?
Whoa.
It's too powerful.
The Good Brothers.
Yeah, yes, yes. And also, I will be streaming alongside Owen Mawson of the EWO, Keys, whatever that means, on Wednesday at 6 p.m. UK time, and it will be Football Manager.
Oh.
It's going to be the start of our 4th season in charge of Cultaholic FC up the faves as we embark upon our journey, our voyage in League 2, the 4th tier of the English footballing pyramid. Can we climb higher? You'll have to tune in and find that. I know. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you very soon.